2, 1.
So over here, this is your radon mitigation system. You familiar with these systems at all?
I'm familiar with what radon is. I'm not familiar with the system.
So basically, I mean, radon gas, it's a naturally occurring gas that comes from the ground, right? So it just emits from the ground 24 hours a day. So if your house is in an area that has a lot of radon, what happens is it just seeps up through your floor. What this system does is outside there's a fan, and this pipe runs all the way above the roof. So basically what this system is doing, it's pulling all the air from underneath and then spitting it outside so that you're not breathing in that radon. The things for a homeowner to be aware of with this type of system is this little gauge right here. See how it's uneven? The way it is, that means that the fan is pulling. If you ever come down here and you see that that's dead even, that means that the fan isn't working and it's not actually pulling the radon out. So every now and then just come down and just peek over at that to check it. But overall, it looks like it is working. Whenever you see a system like this too, you should find out if there was a clearance test done after it. Because we know that at some point they had a high radon test. After they put the system in, you just want a clearance test to make sure that that's doing enough to lower the test. Lower the value.
So this meter or this gauge is not telling you anything about radon specifically. It's just telling you that the system's working.
Right. It's not measuring the radon level or anything like that. All that's doing is indicating the negative pressure that is pulling from underneath the floor to pull the radon out of the house and spit it to the outside. But this one looks like it's functioning the way it should.
And are most on like light switches? Is that how the fan works, or?
So some of them are on a switch outside. The way yours is set up right now, it's just plugged into an outside outlet. Actually, that's important for you to know because those outside plugs are GFI protected that we had talked about before. So if you trip any of the outside plugs, it's going to trip the whole circuit that you need to reset the breaker. So that's why you should check this periodically when you come down. If it is off, radon is generally like a long-term health hazard. So don't panic if you come down and it's level and it's been off. Don't panic as though you're going to get sick all of a sudden. It's just make sure you kick it back on and get the system back up and running.
So it's normally just on a plug because it should be running 24 hours a day.
Right, exactly. Sometimes it's a dedicated plug, sometimes it's on its own switch. Yours just happens to be on all the same circuit as outside. So it looks good.